In our latest hands-on with sci-fi action thriller Prey, we wandered into the top-secret Psychotronics lab where, minor spoiler, the aliens known as the Typhon are, or were, being held captive. It quickly became clear that this is the least safe science laboratory to work in ever, and not just because of the name. Come on, there's bound to be something awful happening in a Psychotronics lab. First off are the obvious problems with the electricity in here. How are you supposed to carry out important scientific experiments when the lights don't work in all the rooms, half of your defensive turrets are fried, and there are junction boxes that are so broken they're shooting bolts of electricity at you? This is not on, and no, that power pun was not intentional. To be honest, we could have fixed all this broken equipment with a repair skill, but we were too busy saving our neuromods so we could turn into a cup with the much cooler morph skill. In your face, everyone who said I'd never make anything of myself. I made myself a cup. So, there. One other gigantic reason it's bad to not have the lights on is this great big hole in one of the bathrooms. I mean, someone could fall into that, and this lady nearly did. Good thing she died before that disastrous accident happened, except she was reaching for that medikit that did fall down the hole and... oh. Still, now that we've warned you about it, you won't make the mistake of falling down it and dying horribly at the hands, or, I want to say tendrils, of lots of mimics waiting below. Oh. Now, one hopes when stepping into a high-tech lab that you'll get to play with high-tech equipment. However, the gear lying around the Psychotronics lab has definitely seen better days. This is especially the case with the Psychoscope head-mounted scanner. As an important piece of equipment you used to learn about the Typhon, you'd hope that there was one locked away just for you. But not in this cheapskate lab, where instead you have to prise one off the corpse of one of your colleagues. And no, there aren't any antibacterial wipes hanging around either.
You need to calibrate your psychoscope. Try scanning the Typhon specimens around you. Once you get enough scan data, the labs will open.
What? It's not even calibrated? For goodness sakes. Yep, you'll have to stare down some mimics in order to gain new skills. So have fun looking directly at these walking nightmares for what is actually only a few seconds, but feels like an eternity. Let's just say you'll be using the glue gun a lot.
More specimens required.
Having seen the massive hole in the bathroom and stealing gear off a dead guy, you've probably noticed a trend. There's a lot of people just lying around, not helping at all. Literal dead weight. There's got to be some kind of health and safety regulation about how many corpses of your staff you can leave strewn around the workplace before everyone gets to take the day off while the janitorial staff clean this mess up. See, the problem with disasters in labs on space stations is that the cleanup job isn't very easy. And why so many corpses? Well, there are a number of reasons, including this next one. With Psychotronics being the source of the alien outbreak, there are of course lots of alien mimics and phantoms roaming around the lab. However, the two alien critters that really take the biscuits are the ones rude enough to be hiding in the bathrooms. First off, there's this big terrifying dude hiding just around the corner, waiting for you to peek your head into view. Then there's this little sod hiding literally inside the toilet. I mean, look at the mess it's left. I do not want to be the person who has to clean that up. Still, maybe things would have been contained if it weren't for this next point. As if the outbreak itself weren't evidence enough of lack of proper safety protocols, there's also proof that there simply weren't good enough procedures in place for this type of emergency. First off, in a desperate bid to mark safe objects, scientists in the lab have gone around putting easily moved post-it notes saying "not a mimic" on things that aren't mimics. Okay, great plan, pals, but what if the mimics stick one on themselves, or even worse, learn how to turn into post-it notes? Huh? What then? And the whole "you have to use a psychoscope scanner at all times" thing really helped keep everyone safe, didn't it? I mean, come on, be real here. For all its research uses, it's just not perfect in a dangerous lab like this. The scope just means you have reduced vision, and all it does is tell you which terrifying alien monster is about to kill you. And the glue used by the scientists to block up all these holes and smashed windows isn't a perfect solution either. I mean, it's got its uses, but we can't see through it. Were they keeping something out or something in? I have no idea if there are important pieces of equipment on the other side, or if there's just a swarm of mimics waiting to murderize me. Ah, the second one. Another workplace hazard to report to the safety inspector is the blatant disregard for fire safety. We're on a spaceship with limited oxygen. We do not need that precious O2 used up by the combustion process. Yet here we are with tons of highly flammable canisters just lying around. And don't even get me started on these pipes with flames jetting out of them. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Thank goodness for one of the many good uses of the glue gun.
You know, I used to be a reverend. Training for it anyways. Till I got locked up. Behold, the wicked man conceives evil, is pregnant with mischief, and gives birth to lies. Does that sound like anybody you know?
Finally, you're not alone down here in the lab, and we're not just talking the Typhon. There are other human test subjects down there with you.
My name's Aaron Ingram. Y'all really shit and fell backwards in it, huh?
See, this whole lab was about conducting Typhon experiments on human subjects. Now, who would volunteer to partake in horrific experiments? Correct, no one. So instead they've taken some convicts who have no say in the matter. Looking at their records, these guys definitely have shady pasts.
Look, I'm telling you, on my mama's grave, that is a stack of lies meant to make pushing that button easier on you.
You're given contrasting options for dealing with them. Option 1 is you release them and get benefits like access to more guns and ammo.
You're the one person that showed me any real kindness, and you can believe I won't forget it.
But do you really want to give some escaped criminal the chance to mug you for all that precious equipment? Instead, you can pick the safe option by avoiding sharing space with them, leaving them locked up, and feeding them to the mimics.
Shit! You! I told you not to do it! Oh, shit!
Morgan, did you hesitate? At all?
But then again, even the dead bodies aren't particularly safe, especially if you have to terminate an experiment.
Warning, examination period compromised.
Look, mate, I'm really sorry if it was me who put you in there, but I can't remember much at the moment, but
Warning, examination period compromised.
So those are some of the most dangerous things you should consider before applying for a post at the Psychotronics lab. Will you be sending in your CV anytime soon? Will you enter and become the most dangerous thing in the lab by sending criminals to their deaths? Let us know in the comments below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for way more praise stuff in future. Thanks for watching, bye!